such lovely ladies. They're all looking so good. So I'm following my youngest daughter right now. Okay, there's a hideout I'm being led to through the woods. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, I can't even see you in there. That's a great hideout. Wow. Now that we live in the country, I decided it was time to invest in some ruggables. I needed some washable rugs because, for one, my family's messy, but there are a lot of us, which just multiplies the traffic and the mess. We have chickens, we have mud, we have gardening, and there is just always so much happening. And so I decided that it would be best to have rugs that I can wash. And I've been eyeing Ruggable for a couple years, and I decided now's the time. I needed to protect these floors because I still don't have finish on them yet. And so I decided to get some Ruggables down just to protect the floors until I could get the finish, but then also for after they're finished, just to keep the floors cleaner. 25 years ago, I studied for and acquired a master's in herbology. And one of the things that I learned through that when it came to harvesting herbs is that when you go to harvest your fresh herbs, you want to harvest them first thing in the morning before the sun is really beating down on them, before the heat of the day is causing all of the essential oils and vitamins and minerals and moisture to go to the roots. So through the night, the moisture, the essential oils, all of the good stuff and the flavor rises to the top part of the plant that you see here. And as the day progresses and it gets hotter, they start to go down to the roots. So you want to harvest your roots later in the day if you're going to do that. And when it comes to your herbs, you want to harvest them first thing in the morning. So I was out before I even had my first cup of coffee this morning harvesting this oregano, and this is only about a quarter of what I still have yet to harvest. I'm going to dehydrate this in my Nesco dehydrator. I showed you guys this in, I think it was the last video, but I got a Nesco Garden Master dehydrator and I'm going to use it. I could just dry these upside down. You could do that if you don't have a dehydrator. I am using a dehydrator for a couple of reasons. One is because I have so much to do, and this would take up a lot of space, although I do have a lot of space now in contrast to what I used to have, but still, this would just take up a lot of space throughout my kitchen and home, and so I'm going to go ahead and use the dehydrator just to get it done a little bit faster. If my dehydrator did not have settings, for example, if the dehydrator only had like a higher setting, I probably would not use it. I want to dehydrate these on the lowest temperature that I possibly can to preserve more of the flavor and volatile oils, essential oils, and the vitamins and minerals. I actually like the way it looks to have herbs drying. I've always loved that look. Being a master herbalist, that is just something that I just love. And so I probably will dry some upside down in the kitchen just for aesthetic purposes, but the rest of it I'm going to try in the dehydrator. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash this, and then I'm going to lay it out on a towel to just let some of that moisture from washing it evaporate. And then I'm going to put these in the dehydrator. But first, I have to go help my oldest son. He is cleaning out the chicken coop. So I'm going to get these in some water, and I'm going to go help him with the chicken coop, and then I'll be right back.
I think I was Mom? Yeah. I think I was back in these Oh. No, they're pecking on the walls.
Here's why you want to wash your herbs before you try them. Look how dirty that is. Yesterday was the first time I have cleaned out a chicken coop in like 30 years. Wasn't bad. It's just like, kind of like riding an old bike. Anyways, up here, right above, that's like a, I don't know, some kind of a nest, I guess. And you guys, it was like packed solid full of chicken doo-doo. So, oh, and rotten eggs, old rotten eggs. So that was interesting. Anyways, I've got this chicken coop cleaned out. We put some lime down. I am transferring today. I'm transferring the laying hens that we got about 3 weeks ago from the chicken coop next door to this chicken coop today. So I'm also transferring with them their own sawdust. I'm going to put new sawdust down for the meat birds that are coming in. Actually, they just came in. They came in a day early. I got a phone call saying they were there and the hatchery sent them a day early. So they said they will hold them for me until I get there. So in the meantime, I got the heating lights set up in here. Just 2. We might not even need 2 because it is getting a little warmer. And I'm going to transfer the laying hens. There are 45 laying hens and 4 roosters. I got 4 Australorp roosters. So I'm going to transfer the laying hens. I got silver laced wind dots. I got golden wind dots, I think, Orpingtons. I got Rhode Island Reds, Australorps, and seems like I got one other kind. I can't remember what else I've got for the laying hens. And they're coming into this coop today, and then over in the other coop, I'm going to put down the new sawdust for the meat birds coming in. I've got over 120. Apparently, it got a little cold on their journey, and some of them look like they might not make it. I'm sure they won't charge me for the ones that aren't doing well or that aren't making it, but we're gonna go pick those up in a few hours as soon as I get done with this. One of my recent projects was this space over here. It's in the entry. First, I needed to kilns the first couple feet because of odors in the area. And now I've coated it a couple times with just some plain white paint. I intend for this space to become kind of an organized catch-all. I think it's going to be super handy to have. For now, this part might just be temporary, but I'm going to use some of my wooden bowls and baskets to help organize everything that needs to be corralled in this area. Ever since we moved in, this has been a catch-all for every tool, every screw, every bit, every hammer and nail, random papers, and it has been an eyesore to look at with all of that disorganization going on. So I know better than to tell my family, this cold turkey, we have to quit with this space being a catch-all. I knew that it wouldn't work if I did that. So instead of doing that, I decided to go with the flow, sort of, and work with the family and just put the baskets here. Lots of baskets and organizing bowls. This area has been a serious dumping zone for everything that everybody doesn't know what else to do with. So I'm in the process of changing that right now. It's still going to be a dumping zone, but hopefully a more organized one by the time I'm finished here. I wanted to show you guys a little trick that I have learned for when painting. It also helps with odors that might be in a specific area. So here's the trick. I like to do all the painting I need to do except for the last coat. When it comes down to the very last coat, I like to add a lot of essential oils and stir that into the very last coat that's going on. This not only works really well for getting rid of odors, but it also works very well for getting rid of the paint smell, and it helps whatever space you're painting to just smell really good for weeks.
Did not.
Today's a big day because we're going to be transplanting. I do have an Azure haul with more transplants coming in a couple days though. But I'm trying to plant by the moon, and it says that today is a good transplanting day. So I got celery, pickling cukes. I can't wait to make a bunch of my own pickles again. It's been years. And then I've got regular cucumbers. I lost count of how many tomatoes. We've got jalapenos, lots of peppers. So check it out, we're putting all those moving boxes to use. We have so many moving boxes and I saved them. We still have a lot to unpack, but I'm going down with the moving boxes to help with weed control. And then on top of that, we're gonna put down straw over here, and this is gonna help with mulching and weed control. You guys saw my video from last year about my gardening and my tomatoes. You know the mistake I made of not putting any calcium with my tomatoes. So I had these big, beautiful, luscious tomato plants with no tomatoes. So I learned that the garden pearls were important. This is a calcium. And then I've got this remineralizing soil booster, so I'm not making the same mistakes. I got these from Azure Standard. You guys, we're going to dive into the Azure haul portion of this video, and as promised, I have a larger haul this time. Still not like mega big, but it's bigger than the last two have been. I do Azure haul videos quite regularly. You can check out all of my Azure haul playlists if you would like. So let's jump in and see what we've got this time. Over here I have 25 pounds of Azure Market organic pinto beans. At our previous home, I could only stock up so much before I ran out of space because we didn't have a lot of storage space for a family our size. Now that we have moved to our new homestead though, I have a lot more storage space. I have a huge cellar, you guys, and it's a real cellar. It's the real deal. So I have so much more space now to store bulk foods for our large family. And so I'm totally taking advantage of that. I'm making a lot of my own salad dressings. I'm going to be making a whole big batch of my Caesar salad dressing. So I got this Parmesan cheese. I got 2 bags. If you guys have seen my previous Azure haul videos, you know that I'm a fan of Stench X. I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of Stench X. Yes, it is. And so you're probably now assuming that we're a very stinky family. No, we're not, because we use Stench X, but no. The house had a bit of an issue with a cat smell. And I have tried the regular like pet enzymes for it, and they don't work very well at dissolving like the cat urine odor. So this stuff, I've been trying this stuff. This stuff, I've already had experience with it, using it in the bathrooms. I have 4 boys, and so if you guys have boys, you know how that goes. But this stuff really works well for eliminating odors from bathrooms. So that's why I got so many. I bought 4. You can actually get this in 5-gallon buckets too. But they didn't have very many 5-gallon buckets in stock, and I did not want to take a chance of not getting this on this order. So I ordered 4 of these, and as you can see, I got 2 extras over here, but these ones are just the Stench X for everywhere. And what I'm doing is I'm just literally just pouring this in the areas and letting the areas that need treatments just saturate, and it seems to be working, and I will keep you posted on that. But I also have over here the bathroom Stench X, which is specifically for bathroom problems. And then over here I have one for laundry as well. Of all of the scents so far, the lemon verbena and the ylang ylang is my favorite. I really love these. The ylang ylang Stench X, you guys, it really seems to work very well at eliminating odors. So here I have some olive oil. I don't know if you guys have ever tried Azure Standard's olive oil, but they have some of the best tasting olive oils I've ever had. So this time I decided to try the Tunisian, I'm not sure how to say that, extra virgin unfiltered Chimali olive oil, and it's organic. This is going to be good. I like to make our own salad dressings, as I just mentioned, and now that we're getting into gardening season, I'm going to be getting lots of fresh lettuce. I'm going to be making more salad. So I bought some Italian dressing mix and some buttermilk ranch dressing mix. So I wanted to do this partially because I like being able to do my own mixes, because I have more control over which oil I use in the salad dressing. I don't like our family to have any like soy oils or canola oils. We like to use the healthiest oil that we can get, which is avocado and olive. And a lot of salad dressings have other oils in them that I don't want to eat, and I don't want my family to eat. So I like to make my own so that I have more control over what goes in them. I ordered a whole case of wild brine salsa rojo. This stuff is so good, you guys. I think I bought this before in previous Azure haul videos, but I bought 6 of these, and I'm really excited to dig into those. I have not purchased any cheese from Azure for quite some time, and I've been missing it. Azure Standard has some of the best cheeses. In fact, one time I was making something with this cheese, and I was making it for somebody that had been to France, and she tasted the cheese and she exclaimed, "Oh my gosh, I haven't had cheese that good since I went to France." And the cheese that I was feeding her was this right here. It's the raw milk cheddar cheese, aged over 60 days. So it's a huge block, as you can see. Okay, now I have to do a little disclaimer here, on honest disclosure. I did not actually buy these. They did come from Azure. A friend came by and she gave me all of this bread. She gave me the Rudy's cinnamon raisin gluten-free bread, which is out of this world good. She gave me regular gluten-free Rudy's bread, which I will be buying from now on because that is the absolute best gluten-free bread I have ever had. It is so good. And then also these Rudy's tortillas. And you guys, I didn't know that gluten-free could taste this good. I wish I would have been buying Rudy's gluten-free all along because the taste of the Rudy's is just so much better. So some more things that I got for some odor control are the lemon essential oils. Lemon is supposed to be a really good oil when it comes to eliminating odors. So that is something else I got just to put in dish soap and some of the cleaners that I make, because I do make my own homemade household cleaners quite often. I make a citric acid cleaner that you can use on removing any calcium or scaling on like your faucets. So I'll probably put the lemon essential oil in that. We needed some more Bath and Body products, so I got the kids and family some of this tea tree shampoo and some lavender bar soap. I knew there was one last thing I was forgetting to tell you about. I did pick up some Follow Your Heart Caesar vegan salad dressing just because I wanted to have some spare for all of the salad that I'll be making soon here.